Seeing so many successful people, everyone in here, we just saw a wonderful architect talking about being bold, getting a solution for something different. That is all so big, and yet you're sitting here and don't know where to start. Where does your career start? It starts with your personality. And let's try that out all together. Now you need a practicing partner. Decide whether it's your left or your right person. Left or right one. So everyone has a practicing partner. Everyone needs one. Everyone. Now, on my command, you take the right hand of your practicing partner. Only if I say so. Only if I say so, yeah? You take the right hand of your practicing partner, either this or that, and you shake your right hands as hard as you can until I say stop to you, okay? When I say stop, hold on. When I say stop, you remain with your hands in the exact position where they were when I said stop, okay? And now shake. Yeah, shake. Yeah, shake. And stop. So now look at your hands. The person whose hand is on top wants to say, I'm in charge of you today. You know what? We have a small invite. I think that's a couple over there. They have a small invite because he lost it, okay? Now the thing is, before you ever start to talk with someone, before anyone gets the idea what ideas you have in mind, they have decided whether you are a bold person, whether you dare to claim for something or not. It is not that the idea convinces people. It is you convince people, and afterwards they are eager to listen to your ideas. And the thing is, when you convince people, you get positive feedback. This positive feedback gives you power, gives you self-confidence. And from then on, it gets easier and easier. But if from the first moment on, you don't show a self-confident body language, people are a little bit skeptical about the ideas, whether you are strong enough to put your ideas into life. And now you see those skeptical eyesights, you see those skeptical body languages, and you know what? You get weaker and weaker, and you get doubts about yourself. You know what? The things happen before you open your mouth, like with shaking your hands. Now, shaking your hands, to be honest, that was a little bit of a joke, because the person who sits on that side obviously has the hand on top. So it's not really a victory for you, okay? But by the way, that's the misconception about body language. You know, things that look obvious are not always that obvious in body language. Body language is not that simple. Stretch out your hands, everyone. Stretch out your hands, yeah. So some people say that would be dominant, and that would be submissive. To submissive, please show me a submissive handshake. And now a neutral one. On my command, you shake very hard the hand of the person who is behind you. Turn around. Oh my God. Thank you. Some of you are still searching, huh? To be honest, that is a little bit test of your intelligence, okay? But anyway, so we have to level down a little bit. It's all about body language, you know? Body language is the thing where we judge people. And if you think that is superficial, it gets even deeper. You know what? It's not about your mind, it's about your body language. We even fall in love with the body language of people. Now the women in here will say, no. It's the inner values. Ladies, until you got our liver values, it was too late, okay? Now, I give you an example how our body language shapes our fate. Two women, both single, having a girls' night out. Wonderful evening in a bar, loud music, cool drinks, everything is fine. They're having a chat, they're having a blast. But they're still single. And they are looking for a partner. Now what they do throughout the whole evening, they are checking out the whole room, the whole bar, and looking at each and every male in the bar. Now if you think, no, I'm not a pervert woman, I don't look at every man, that's only because your subconsciousness is clever enough to exclude the idiots. But you know what? Both girls immediately watch every man in the room, and that happens very quickly. They're having a blast, they're having a chat, and very quickly they look on their side, and they see two men at the bar talking to each other. Of course, they can't hear what they are talking because the music is too loud, but they see how they communicate. And one of the two men is communicating, you know, quick gestures, eyebrows up, smiling, very temperamental. And one of the ladies is completely triggered by that. You know why? Because she has an inner desire for enthusiasm, for activity in her life, and for positivity. And you know what? His body language promises to fulfill those desires. And that is why they have a strong connection. His body language promises that. But a friend of her, she looks at him and thinks, what a nervous person is that? But she is so lucky, you know, because she sees his friend, and he moves completely different. Very calm movements, like a boat on a lake. Now she is completely triggered. You know why? Because her desires are for stability, for accountability. And she looks for the shoulder to lean on. And his stable body language promises to fulfill that. But the first one thinks, he looks like a sleeping pill. And that is body language. Body language is always a promise. And everything you do goes through a filter. And people see you doing some things, and they see what you promise with your body language. And sometimes you think, well, why don't I get the same attention as the people around me? It's because of your promise. It's not because you're not clever enough. Got that? You are one of the cleverest people in the room, but people don't listen to you because your body language doesn't promise that you are very interesting. Got it? And that is why it's so dangerous if you only talk about the things where you think, oh, people are so harsh to me. People are not fair to me, because if you think so much about that, your body language will change accordingly. And you know who is interested in that body language? Only people who also think they have a disadvantage in life. And we call that self-help group. Talking about being bold, you have to overcome that, because life is not fair in every moment. You know, Catherine and me, we are very short. You know what the average size of a male in the German-speaking world, does anyone know? The average size? 180? No? 178. The strivers are in the front row. You're great, yeah? 178. And women, on average? 167. I'm 160. So don't talk to me about prejudice. Got me? Don't talk to me about making fun about short men. You know what? If I would jump into those self-help groups, you know, the most important word of those self-help groups is short but oh-ho. You know what I mean? You have a certain body, you have a certain personality. Be proud of it, and that's it, you know. Don't talk to everyone, oh, I have a disadvantage here, I have a disadvantage here, I have a strange dialect. I'm talking about my dialect, you know what I mean? I'm 50 right now, and I can tell you one thing. Talking too much about things where you think you don't have the same advantages as other people has an impact on your body language. You will get a grumpy facial expression. And the thing is, if we come back to our example of the two ladies, the thing is, do you know this friend of yours who always says, oh, I always have the same bad luck with men? In the end, always the worst men remain with me? Do you know this friend of yours? The problem is, she also gives a promise with her body language. And all men in the room see that promise. And most of those men, especially the men where she would think this is the right one for me, isn't triggered by that promise. So he leaves her life again. And it's always the same man who remain in her surroundings. So if she wants to have a different result in her life, she has to change her promise. And that is why your body language is so crucial for your faith, for your whole life. And it happens so quickly. It is not that we start to talk and afterwards you get the idea what personality that guy or that lady is. No, it happens beforehand. When you walk out of the room, when you sit there, that is the big difference, because you all there, you are doing all the same. You are watching me. You are checking me out from top to toe. Well, that's not such a long way with me, but anyway. You are checking me out because you are looking for the promise I give you. And the same is with me. You know what? I'm also constantly watching you, because our brain can't do anything different than getting as much visual information about the other people. And that is why, you know, rule number 1, be a nice person. Be a nice person. Don't be a competent person, because competence is that. Don't be a self-confident person. No, be an approachable person. If you have so much fear of not being taken serious, you end up with that body language. But our brainstem decides in the first fraction of a second whether this person wants to talk to you, wants to have more communication with you, or wants to get rid of you as quick as possible. And that happens within 180 milliseconds. That is the moment where you still think, oh, what should I do with my body language? In that moment, everyone has made the decision. More communication or wanting to get rid of you. That's the brainstem. The midbrain, that was a crucial step in evolution. The midbrain was the first part in our brain that could decide in hierarchy. And a typical midbrain animal is the dog, by the way, okay? A dog is never ever in a circle of chairs, you know, talking, how do you feel, how is, no. A dog always wants a boss. Female or male always wants a boss. If you are strong in your body language, the dog will follow. If not, you will follow. Got it? And we had a project with the University of Heilbronn where we did with the students exercises with dogs. And they learned if you don't show a straight body language, a dog won't ever follow you. And that helps a lot. Now, coming back, being a nice person, it is important that you realize the midbrain always comes afterwards. So when you think the hierarchical decision, me being competent, that is a hierarchical decision, comes before, that is wrong. The first decision is always, are you nice enough that I want to communicate with you more? What do you do to be nice? Smile. Wow, you are one of the best audiences I ever had. Smiling, that is great, but how does smiling work? Got it? Smile more. And you know what? When you had the face masks, you could hardly ever decide whether a person is smiling or not. Does anyone know the saying, the eyes are the mirror of the soul? Scientifical nonsense, okay? That is a nice saying because the eyes are not enough. We need the whole face. University of Bamberg did the research on that in May 2020. And the result of the research was if people are wearing face masks, you can't see anything. And that is why I say to you, be a nice person, the whole face. That means pull back the zygomaticus major, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, yes, until the orbicularis oculi also gets active and you get those nice wrinkles. If you don't believe me, look at Catherine. She always smiles like that, okay? Smile more. That is, if you don't show wrinkles, that is not a smile. Duchenne found that out in 1850. Okay, smile more, smile harder. And that is being bold, because a lot of you think, no, that is my smile. Because you're not used to it anymore. You have to be bold to do it more. Go in front of a mirror and smile more. Number 2, show quick reaction. Please stand up, everyone. Please stand up. Yeah, most of you got it. Thank you. Sit down again. Most of you got it. I give you one hand of being bold is when I say stand up. If your husband, if your wife asks you, could you please help me? And you do... She was, leave me alone, I'll do it by myself. It's not about standing up. It's about showing I'm quick, I'm active. But if you have to do a lot of things before standing up, before showing a reaction to someone, you are not attractive to that person. Got it? React quickly. And point number 3, we have a strong signal in our face, and that is the eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows, please, everyone. Raise your eyebrows, raise your eyebrows. Yes, and now turn to one of the persons next to you, either the left or the right person. Now, you say to that person without movement in the eyebrows, turn to them and just say to them, really, that happened to you? Yes, that is great. And now do the same thing. Now do the same thing with raising the eyebrows throughout and say, really, that happened to you? Go on. Yes. And now the last sentence. Last sentence, turn to the person next to you, look into their eyes without any motion in the eyebrows, just say to them, it's you. Yes. And for the last one, it is the same sentence, but we raise the eyebrows with one word in that sentence, and that is the word and off you go. So, you got hints from me. If you want to be a person that appears to be worthwhile to follow, be bold with your appearance. Be bold that you try out new things, show quick reactions, smile more and smile more clearly, and raise your eyebrows. That is one of the most important things. But men in here, don't do it too short, because if you see that young lady and say to her, oh, I do that, what Stefan told me, and I say, it's you. No. That's, by the way, everywhere in the world, that's a flirt signal. No, raise the eyebrows for a longer period of time. Being a person who is very appreciative, a nice person, smiles a lot, shows quick reactions to the people around you, and raise your eyebrows. Now, when I'm finished with my speech, there's a break. But the break isn't of any use for you, because you can't leave the room anymore. We have closed down the doors. You know why? Because you all have the keys to open the doors. You only get out of the doors if you smile and raise the eyebrows. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.